soldier who's responsible for this happening, and it's George Martin. George and I got to know Michael Gross recently because George and I bought a railroad here in town called the Santa Fe Southern from a group of investors, including Michael Gross. And we got to know Michael, and when we had lunch with Michael, George said, I'm a huge fan of Tremors, and he's seen more than one of them. And he's not seen the seventh one yet, but he's going to be presenting to cast and crew who's here something in the event space down the first floor. Please, after the screening, go to this place for a special presentation that George will have for the Tremors crew. We want to thank Don Michael Paul, the director of Tremors 5, 6, and 7, I believe, is in attendance. And I'm going to turn this over to George to do the introduction.
Yes, welcome to the first annual, really. Well, that's very cool. Michael Gross was an investor in the Santa Fe Southern, which became the Sky Railroad. And we met with him and talked about our railroading thing, but he lives in Santa Fe now, so he's a Santa Fe, and he's one of us. We have lured him away from Hollywood, but not permanently, because he was supposed to be here. I could tell you the graboids finally got Bert, but I think it was actually somebody offered him a job. He flew off to, I don't know, fight some other monster. What is he doing? But Michael is amazing. Of course, if you're Tremors fans, you've seen him here as Bert in all of these movies. But his career goes way beyond that. I think if you're as old as I am, you probably met him first in Family Ties, where he was the patriarch of the family there, and instead of fighting monsters, he had to put up with Alex Keaton, his son, who was the challenge in that sitcom. But I'm sorry he can't be with us tonight, because it would have been fun. I saw Tremors when it first came out years ago, and I really didn't know anything about it. It was not based on a franchise like Star Wars or Frankenstein or any of the things that are based on comic books, Marvel characters. Tremors, what was that? But it seemed like fun, so I went to see it, and it was fun. I loved it. I loved the fact that it was like no other movie I'd seen before. I loved the fact that it was unexpected. Of course, Michael Gross played Bert, and he was this survivalist, and he had all these guns, and he was kind of obnoxious. And I've seen a lot of these films, and that's the character who always dies in the second act. And I was certain that Michael Gross and Bert were going to die, and because he seemed so sure, and he trusted in his guns, and that's the guy that you kill. But no, the writers were too clever. There was that wonderful scene where he's in his basement, his survivalist basement, with all sorts of guns on the wall, and the graboid comes bursting through the wall, and he and Reba McEntire shoot the shit out of it. You burst into the wrong rec room, I think is the line, and indeed that was so. It was a wonderful moment. And he's come back for all of these. We had a great cast, or they had a great cast, the first Tremors film, with Kevin Bacon and Reba McEntire, Fred Ward, the late great Fred Ward. But most of them were just in the first film. And some of the secondary characters really came to a fore, and no one so much as Michael Gross. And over the 7 films, the arc of Bert is almost as much fun as the arc of the graboids. So I hope you all enjoy it. I haven't seen this one before, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'll complete my whole Tremors set, and who knows, maybe one day